Good morning, Year 2, and welcome to our next maths lesson. So today in maths, we are going to be focusing on the 2 times table, which is exciting. So please can you pause the video here and write the short date, 14.1.21, and the learning objective, 2 times table. Well done, Year 2. So thinking about our steps to success, first of all, today we're going to identify the number of equal groups of 2. We're then going to write the multiplication and draw an array to solve the multiplication. This will help us to find the product, which we will write in the number sentence, including in a full sentence if you're solving a word problem. And later on in the lesson, particularly thinking about step 3, we're going to be finding more than one way to write a multiplication. So first of all, thinking back to yesterday's learning with using arrays, we're going to explore this in our review phase. Part of this array is hidden. The total is less than 16. What could the array be? So I'm going to share my thinking with you before you pause the video to explore this. I can see that there are 2 rows in this array, and I can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 counters altogether so far. So I know the total is less than 16, but it's got to be greater than 6. So I'm going to help put that useful tip there as well. So the total is less than 16 and the total is greater than 6. Because there are 2 rows in this array, that also means that the total must be a multiple of 2. That means it must be an even number because it can be shared between 2 equal groups. So please pause the video here and see if you can write 4 multiplications around what the array could be. Well done, Year 2. So I'm going to share my thinking with you now. So the total is less than 16 and it's an even number. So I'm going to work backwards. You might have approached it in a different way and that's okay because we all do. I'm just sharing my thinking with you. So I know that 2 less than 16, taking me to the next even number, is 14. So I know that the product could be 14. So that means that there could be 14 counters altogether. Okay. I can see 2 rows in this array, so that means there are 2 lots. So 2 lots of equals 14. How many 2s are in 14, Year 2? Well done. So using our Learn It's to help us, we often chanted 7 add 7 equals 14. So we know double 7 equals 14. So 2 lots of 7 equals 14. Brilliant. Okay, so let's have another think. So at 14, what's the next even number when we think about 2 less again? Brilliant. So the product could be 12. There could be 12 counters altogether. So what would our multiplication be? Well done. Should we say it together? 2 lots of 6. Brilliant. So there could be 2 rows with 6 counters in each row. Fantastic. Okay, let's find our next even number. So 2 less than 12. Well done. 2 less than 12 is 10. And we know that there are 2 rows. So what could be in each row? Well done. There could be 5 counters in each row. Let's say it together. 2 times 5 equals 10. Brilliant. You probably noticed there that I used the word times instead of lots of. It's good that if we can be flexible between those words. So let's have another think. So it says the total is less than 16, but the total is greater than 6. That means we can still keep going. So what's 2 less than 10 to find our next even number? Well done. 2 less than 10 is 8. Brilliant. So talk to your partner at home or in the classroom to say what you think this multiplication could be. Well done. Let's say it together now using the word times. 2 times 4 equals 8. Brilliant. Well done, Year 2. Okay, so we're going to move on to our Explore now. Our Explore is a little bit of a review of our place value learning, thinking about counting in multiples. So what I'd like you to do is pause the video here and count how many cookies, how many socks, and complete the number track, counting in multiples of 2. Well done, Year 2. So let's review it together. How many cookies? So I can see there are 3 equal groups with 2 cookies in each group. So we can count in our 2s. Let's have a go together. 2, 4, 6. There are 6 cookies. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at the socks now. We're going to count in our multiples and then answer the question in a sentence together. So I'd like you to join in with me, okay? Because we can see that the socks are in pairs, so we can count in our 2s. Are you ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Well done. Let's answer in a sentence. There are 12 socks. Brilliant, Year 2. Well done. Okay, let's move on to the number track. Oh, I notice that the number track doesn't begin at the beginning. What's that very special number that can often get forgotten? Well done, 0, because 2 less than 2 is 0. Brilliant. Okay, are you ready? Shall we complete the number track by counting together and filling in the spaces? I'll try to type, but you know that can sometimes make it a bit slower when I have to write to fill in the gaps. So you might have to slow down when we get to those spaces. Okay, let's go, Year 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Oh, we're going across the box. 22, 24. Brilliant. Well done. I wonder if we can count backwards in our 2s. Let's go. 24, 22, 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0. Well done, Year 2. That's super. Okay, so moving on to our next Explore question. It says, Jack has built some towers using cubes. There's some questions here to prompt your thinking as you look at the picture. How many towers has he built? How many cubes are in each tower? How many cubes has he used in total? Because that would find our product of our multiplication sentences. I wonder if you could pause the video here and answer each question to help you write your multiplication sentences. Well done, Year 2. So let's have a look together. How many towers has he built? I can see that he has built 1, 2, 3, 4 towers. So Jack has built 4 towers. Okay, the next question says, how many cubes are in each tower? Let's have a look. You can join in to count with me. 1, 2. And brilliant, well done. And we can see that each tower has an equal amount. So we can see that Jack has used 2 cubes in each tower. Okay, so thinking about how many cubes that he has used in total, I know the product of 4 and 2 equals 8. There are 8 cubes all together. Brilliant. So bearing this in mind, year 2, if you haven't already, please pause the video here and write the multiplication sentences. Well done. Okay, let's have a look together. So we could have written 4 times 2 equals 8. Or, what do you remember about our learning in our previous steps? What can we do with the factor pairs? Well done. The factor pairs can be written in either order. And in the classroom yesterday, we were practicing saying it is commutative. My hands acting as the factor pairs that are being written in either order. Should we try that together? We're going to say it is commutative to practice saying that tricky word. Okay, are you ready? It is commutative. Well done. So as it is commutative, we can switch the digits in our multiplication sentence. So we could begin with 2 times this time. 2 times 4 equals 8. Brilliant. Well done. Fantastic. Okay, moving on, year 2. On your screen now, you can see a question with Whitney. So we've got a new friend joining us now, and Whitney has also been building towers using cubes. I'd love you to pause the video here and have a go at this question. It's very similar to the last one. So read the questions to prompt your thinking and have a go at writing both multiplications. Well done, year 2, that's super. So let's have a think. How many towers has Whitney built? Well done. Whitney has built 6 towers. I'm just going to check that with you. 1 tower, 2 towers, 3 towers, 4 towers, 5 towers, 6 towers. Wow, Whitney has built 6 towers. How many cubes are in each tower? Well done. She has also used 2 cubes in each tower. So how many cubes has she used in total? Well done, year 2. She has used 12 cubes in total. So bearing this in mind, if you haven't already, please pause the video here and write the multiplication sentences. Well done, year 2. Okay, so we know that there are 6 groups because there are 6 towers with 2 cubes in each tower. So we can say this as 6 lots of 2, and the total is 12. There's 12 cubes altogether. So let's say that multiplication using the word times. 6 times 2 equals 12. Well done. Or this could be written in another way because it is, join in with me, commutative. Brilliant, well done. So we can switch the amount of towers and the amount inside each tower around. So now we have 2, join in with me, 2 times 6 equals 12. Brilliant, well done, year 2. Okay, on your screen now, you can see some step 1 questions to solve in your book. On 1A, it says write a fact from the 2 times table to match the picture. And on 1B, it says complete the array. So that will mean drawing the array in your book and finishing it off using 1 counter per square. So complete the array and times table facts so that they match. Have fun, year 2. Well done. Okay, moving on to exploring step 2. So on your screen, you will be able to see some multiplication sentences with some missing numbers. Sometimes that is the total, or we can call it the product when talking about multiplication. Or we might be thinking about perhaps how many equal groups there are, or the amount inside each group. So let's have a look. But first of all, having said that, I'd like you to pause the video and have a go by yourself first, either with a talk partner at home or in the classroom. Well done, Year 2. I'm really proud of you for having a good go before we explore together. Okay, so let's have a think. 5 times 2 is the same as 5 lots of 2. So if you find this a little bit tricky, you can count in your 2s to help you. So I can see that there are 5 lots of 2. So I'm going to get my 5 fingers ready to count in my 2s. Are you ready? Join in with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Brilliant. So we know that the total is 10. Another way that you may have solved that is by looking at the switches. So 5 times 2 is the same as 2 times 5, and we know that double 5 is 10. Okay, so moving on now to 2 times 8. That means there's 2 lots of 8. Now that's one of our Learn It facts, 8 adds 8. So I wonder how speedy you can answer when I read out this multiplication. Are you ready? 2 times 8 equals, wow, that was so speedy. Let's say it all together now at the same time. 2 times 8 equals 16. Well done, because we know double 8 is 16, because 8 add 8 equals 16. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at this multiplication here. It says 2 times equals 14. That means I could approach it by counting how many 2s are in 14. I could also think about halving 14. What do you think, Year 2? Well done. Should we say it together? 2 times 7 equals 14. Well done, because we know 7 adds 7 equals 14, and that's another one of our Learn It facts. Brilliant. Okay. Let's have a look at this one here. This one looks a little bit trickier, doesn't it? The product is greater than 20. So I think just looking at it, it makes it feel like it's a little bit trickier. Still using the same ideas though. We could count how many 2s are in 22, counting on our fingers, counting how many multiples, or we could divide 22 by 2 to find half. So to find half, you could halve your 2 1s and half your 2 10s. I'd like you to pause the video here and have a go. Well done. So if you chose to halve 22, we know half of 1 is 1 1, and we know half of 2 10s is 1 10. So if you counted in your 2s, you should have counted them 11 times. So should we practice that and count to 22? Counting in our 2s. Are you ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Well done, Year 2. So let's say that multiplication together. 11 times 2 equals 22. Brilliant. Okay, let's have a look at this last multiplication then. There's a picture here to help us with this one. So it says 12 times 2. So we need to double the number 12, because when we times by 2, we're doubling that number. So if we have a look at 12, there are 2 1s. So if we double 2 1s, how many 1s are there? Well done. We then have 4 1s. Okay, and if we double 1 10, so 2 lots of 1 10, how many 10s can you see? Brilliant, 2 10s. So what is the product of 12 and 2? 24. Brilliant. Should we say it together using the word times? 12 times 2 equals 24. Brilliant, Year 2. Well done. Okay, so on your screen now, you can see step 2. There's quite a few questions, isn't there? But I'm sure that you'll be super speedy, especially if you've been practicing your times tables on Times Table Rockstars. So there's quite a few questions, but because you're not writing STEM sentences and it's just multiplication facts, it should be okay. Just see how you go. I've written a little note and I've said draw arrays to help you if you would like to, okay? You don't need to do this, but if you think it would be useful, I encourage you to draw arrays, okay? So please pause the video here and complete step 2. Well done, Year 2. I hope you had fun writing out your 2 times table multiplication facts. Okay, moving on to exploring step 3, we have a word problem. It says Annie's plane flew twice as far as a Mears. So I'm going to underline the word twice because I think that's some key information. So when we think about the word twice, what does that mean? Well done, Year 2. So thinking about the word twice, it means 2 lots of, so 2 times, okay? So Annie's plane flew twice as far as a Mears. So as you can see here in this bar model, here is our friend Amir. This is how far his plane flew. We look at that part of the bar model. And then we have Annie down here, and her plane flew twice as far as Amir's. So as you can see, the bar model is double the length. There's 2 lots for Annie. So Amir's plane flew 9 meters. So I'm going to write 9 meters in the bar model for Amir. How far did Annie's fly? So using the bar model to help you, especially as I've already filled in Amir, have a think, how far did Annie's plane fly? Please pause the video here. Well done, Year 2. So we know that Annie's plane flew twice as far as Amir's, so she will have 2 lots of 9 in the bar model, okay, because it's double 9, it flew double as far. So thinking about our Learn It's, this is another one of our facts. 9 add 9. I'm going to give you some thinking time before I ask you to answer and recall really speedy. What is the total of 9 add 9? Well done, the total was 18. So Annie's plane flew 18 meters. Wow. So if we were to write this as a multiplication, what would it look like? Please pause the video here and either say or write it. Well done, Year 2. So it'd be 2 times 9 equals 18. And Annie's plane flew 18 meters. Well done. Okay, so having a look at this next explore question. It says true or false. 6 times 2 is the same as 5 times 2, add 1 times 2. Please pause the video here and use the STEM sentence. I think it is because to help you explain. Fantastic reasoning, Year 2. Well done. So I'm going to share my thinking with you. I think it is true because 5 lots add 1 lot is 6 lots altogether. And within each group, there's going to be 2. So if we have a look here at our array, we have, let's get the thinner pen out. We have 5 lots of 2 in our yellow counters. Can you see there? I've probably complicated things now, but with the yellow counters, you can see we've got 1, lot of 2, 2 lots of 2, 3 lots of 2, 4 lots of 2, 5 lots of 2, okay? And 5 lots of 2 equals 10. If we add another lot of 2, that would equal 12 altogether. And we know the product of 6 times 2 equals 12. Okay, so we really want to draw your attention here to the lots of. Okay, we've got 5 lots, add 1 lot equals 6 lots altogether. Okay, on your screen now you can see something very similar. It says 6 times 2 is the same as 6 times 2 equals, so I think it's supposed to just say this. There we go, let's change it. Oh, I'm going to add a box just so I don't confuse you more. There we go. Seeing the things we do when we make flip charts. I'm going to pop that in the speech bubble. That's much clearer, isn't it? Okay, so it says 6 times 2 equals 4 times 2, add 2 times 2. Okay, so very similar to the last question. Let's have a look at the lots of. We can see that there are 4 lots of 2, add another 2 lots of 2, which equals 6 lots altogether. Okay, so 6 lots of 2 equals 12, and we know that 4 lots of 2, as shown in the array, here, add 2 more lots of 2, still equals 12. Because what is the product of 4 times 2? Well done, the product of 4 times 2 equals 8. And what is the product of 2 times 2? 4, brilliant. And we know 8 add 4 equals 12, okay? So we're thinking about bringing together 2 multiplications and adding them together to make the same total as 6 times 2. So please can you pause the video here and have a go at finding some other ways of writing 6 times 2. Well done, Year 2. I'm sure that really got you thinking. I'm going to share some ideas with you. So you could have written 6 times 2 is the same as 3 times 2. Add 3 times 2. That'd be the same as 6 add 6. You could have also written 6 times 2 is the same as 2 times 2. Add 2 times 2. Add 2 times 2. So that would be the same as 4 add 4 add 4. You could have also written 6 times 2 is the same as 1 times 2, add 2 times 2, add 3 times 2. So that would be the same as saying 6 times 2 is the same as 2, add 4. So in your head, 2 add 4, that's where it's 6. Add 6 more. Okay, so you're finding different ways of finding the same total, so the same product, but writing different multiplications. Okay, so on your screen now, you can see step 3 questions. So for 3A, it's a word problem. It says Teddy has £8. Rosie has twice as much money as Teddy. How much money does Rosie have? Rosie has So for this particular question, you might want to draw a bar model. If you have a ruler, it'd be great to use that, to use a bar model to help you. And on 3B, it says Eva is writing 10 times 2 in different ways. She said, I can write 10 times 2 as 3 times 2, add 7 times 2, okay? And it says, find 3 more ways that you can write 10 times 2. And if you've got counters, you could use counters to help you, or use objects, okay? Or even draw counters, okay? But sometimes it's useful to have things to move. So please don't worry if you haven't got counters, just use objects, okay? So please pause the video here and solve the step 3 questions. Well done, Year 2. I am so proud of you. So before we move on to the answers, I wanted to share something with you that you may have already seen on Class Dojo, on the home story. But here is Carlton Van, our times table rock star. Okay, he's made a special visit to encourage us all to spend 10 minutes a day on times table rock stars, especially now that we're learning them in class. It would be amazing if you could go and consolidate your 2 times table by practicing on times table rock stars. It says play just 10 minutes a day on times table rock stars and receive a very special times table rock star certificate. Look out for next week's live Zoom with Carlton Van and dress up as a rock star. Okay, so I'll be looking out for that, Year 2. And on your screen now, you will see the answers. You will see that I chose to miss out number 2, so you won't have had that on your questions today. Well done, Year 2. Super learning today. I really look forward to seeing it on Class Dojo. Well done.